B.F. Skinner by Will Pena and Heather Osborne. Who is B.F. Skinner? Skinner graduated from Harvard with a B.A. in English and was an aspiring writer. But after graduation, he decided that he was not a good writer. He called this period the dark year. Skinner had a love for science and invention, and he later returned to Harvard to begin studying psychology and behaviorism. Inspired by the works of John Watson, sometimes referred to as the father of behaviorism, Watson was also known for his Little Albert experiments, where he paired loud, frightening noises with a white rat and other white furry objects. Skinner was also influenced by the works of Pavlov's classical conditioning theories. Skinner thought that you could not study the mind because you could not see it. He believed that science can only be measured by what you can see. Skinner thought that the environment and conditioning can shape who you become. He defined this as operant conditioning. He described operant conditioning as having a preceding event or antecedent that can be used to influence behavior and have a positive outcome or consequence. Skinner focused on consequences as the driving force of operant conditioning. Classical versus operant conditioning. Pavlov developed theories that established the idea of classical conditioning. His experiments brought together an unconditioned stimulus, such as an exam, with an unconditioned response, such as anxiety, to produce a conditioned response, such as test anxiety. Now, when you hear today, we'll have a pop quiz, you begin to have anxiety over the mentioned exam. Skinner wanted to establish a functional relationship between the experimenter-controlled stimulus and the organism's response. Skinner's theories of operant conditioning use positive reinforcement, such as rewards, or negative reinforcement, such as avoiding behavior to avoid punishment. Skinner also utilized punishment by taking away rewards to change behavior. He used behavior modification in operant conditioning in two ways. Primary reinforcement uses a reward to promote behavior, and secondary reinforcement uses the behavior to gain rewards. Another type of behavior modification is the token economy or reward system. The impact of Skinner's theories. Skinner opposed punitive and coercive practices. His research has become the gold standard for behavior and behavior modification in many fields. These theories are practiced in animal husbandry, business and industry, counseling, special education, and behavioral pharmacology. They are also used in the general education classroom in most of the classrooms we see today. How did Skinner prove his theories? Skinner developed special boxes in order to perform his experiments. He called them Skinner boxes. Skinner used rats and pigeons in his experiments. The animals figured out that when they pushed a lever, they would receive food. After the subject figured out how to get the reward, new obstacles were added. And eventually, the subject would perform the behavior without any reward.